Now, I came to Italy to visit Mr. Julius Hansel and to visit the end of the Appian Way. This is the only relics from the Appian Way left, and this is the ending side of the Appian Way. Gruppo Archeologico Brindisi. Now I know it is hard to believe that this place is so important, and it is extremely important because in between these two columns ended the first road ever created by humans in a modern sense of a road. They have mile markers, and they have straight lines, and they have like stops that you can rest, and they have like a modern road, signs, and so on. They have police, sort of was not called a police, but it was a sort of a security, and the whole road was made by a Roman named Appius, and Appius, out of his own pocket, built the road, and this was the trend the Romans used to move their legions, the legions. Now, the significant part of this road is when the Civil War started in the year 49 before Jesus Christ, in between Julius Caesar and Crassus. And Julius Caesar followed Crassus always here and surrounded the city, and Mr. Crassus escape in that direction into Greece. So this is where everybody was escaping to Greece. This is the closest port that you have to Greece. So they fought a few battles. At that time, half of the army left on ships on the way to Greece, but they could not fit all of them. So Crassus built a fortification around it, and Julius waited out. And he didn't realize that the ships were coming back for Crassus, the rest of the legion. And when he figured out that is what was happening, he ordered some of his ships to cut them off before they can exit the harbor. So they went on that end and trying to block them, but Crassus and his ship was able to go through and escape. So everybody escaped. It took him quite a long time before Julius Caesar caught up with him again in Greece. So he had to get all his army and go north all the way around the peninsula, around the Adriatic, and go south onto Greece until he finally got rid of Crassus. This is a nice sail ship, a Furiosus. So the maritime heritage is still here, it haven't gone nowhere. So this, guys, is the end of the Appian Way. And the Appian Way starts in Rome at the Forum. So it's about 350 miles, 400 miles, I don't know exactly how many miles, but it's a long way. And it was the first modern road. So this is the end of VIA APPIA. Now this is a working port, and you have like private sail ships and you have commercial sail ships, and it's a place worth it to come here and visit. So this is Brindisi, ancient Byzantium, and you can really smell the Mediterranean smell of salt in the air that you don't get anywhere else. You can smell the same smell around the Caribbean and so on, but if you like in the Gulf of Mexico, you will not receive that sense of ocean, because it's a lot of stories. Check out this building. That is a hotel. Now, I like the name of this cruiser. It's called Why Not? Why not? Well, I'm going to leave you right here in Brindisi at the end of the Appian Way.